I hate this guy. I'm gonna be happy to kick this guy in the face.
What's up guys, it's Elz here, and today I am meeting London's finest Mr. MVP, Michael Venom Page, and he's gonna show me what he gets up to on his day off. On today's episode, MVP takes us to Elz, a Turkish food spot in North London owned by his friend Berko, where we chop it up about his life as an MMA fighter and how he likes to relax when not on the road. Before we go head to head in a battle of champions to find out how good MVP is at UFC 5 and what his plans are for the year ahead. That and more on this episode of UFC's Day Off. Michael, talk to me. We're here in Elz restaurant.
Yeah.
Why did you pick this restaurant?
I've been coming here since I was like, I want to say like 19, 20, when it was just like a little kebab shop. Like everyone you just knew. It's open late, so everyone, it's one of those ones where, you know, we start going raving.
After a night
out, we was like, yeah, Charcoal's is the spot that we used to come to. It's kind of a nice little partnership because I feel like I'm growing in my career, they're growing with what they're doing, and it's nice.
So, talk to me about then a day off in your life. So, nothing to do with fighting. What's the day off in MVP's life?
I like doing, like, switching off MMA completely. I'm very into just general business stuff anyway. Do a lot of work with my family as well. So we've run kickboxing schools for a long time. We also have a school in the States because I've got siblings over there as well. So we've hands-down martial arts over here and over there. This is a representation of where my style comes from and how I fight, which is why we call it hands-down. My path, I can already see, is going to be like in the acting world.
Okay.
Before that, I've just been writing script ideas. I'm just a very creative mind. Like my mind just doesn't switch off. So I'm always kind of like thinking of something. I'm always writing other like short story ideas. I'm opening a production company just to be able to just do work. Because anything that comes to mind, I like to just write it down, and then I like bringing things to life.
So the script writing then, can you give us an idea of sort of the things that you write about? Well, without saying too much, obviously.
Yeah, the general concept is the powerhouse that China have basically taken over the whole world. It's basically what that looks like now. Like, so we're still in modern day, we're still doing normal stuff like now, but what does it look like? What does it mean that everybody is raised with Kung Fu as a martial art? What does it mean that, you know, just everything that is around is under one order? And then we follow a specific protagonist and go from there. I was always raised on Kung Fu movies, loved what I saw, the style of fighting, just everything. But the one thing I was not familiar with was the settings, because that wasn't where I lived.
Right, let's talk food then, because obviously we're in a restaurant. What is your ideal meal?
In New York, I fell in love with, and I would legit fly back for the day just to have this. It's mad, it's a croissant. Like, it's so banging.
Okay.
I've never had it. It's like, I turn into like Schmiegel. I was like,
My croissant.
As a foodie then, when you've got to, you know, train for a fight, you're on a diet, how do you deal with that when the cravings maybe for the unhealthy food?
the want to beat my opponent just way outweighs, you know, anything else. So it's just not worth it. It's like, and I know I'll come back to it. That's when I'm really happy. Like, I beat you, and I'm happy that I beat you, but now I get to eat. Yeah. So now I'm really happy.
You're obviously away a lot for fighting and training. What's it like when you come back? Not specifically to London, because I know you go back over to the States to see your family, but just coming back to a base where your family are.
Literally the best part of the journey of a fight is celebrating with my family afterwards. They're all mad. Like, we're all like, even the last one we did like a dress-up party, like an 80s dress-up party afterwards. We did karaoke.
What's your karaoke song then? Because I take it quite serious. Mine's Tony Braxton, Unbreak My Heart. Big. It's a big song.
Can you sing? Can you sing though?
In the shower. I get stage fright in front of people. So for that one, I just end up screaming. So it's probably awful to hear, but.
Mine was, I think there's so many though. I can't even remember. I've done Cisco.
The thong song.
Yeah, man, you got that's a
It's a good
screamer.
karaoke
That's a
song,
screamer
yeah,
as well.
it is. The best ones are the ones you least expect, and then everyone just
Everyone
gets
yeah.
involved. Yeah. Well, after the next fight, I'm inviting myself
100%.
to come and do karaoke.
As long as that, I need to hear that Tony Braxton one. Like,
Yeah. I don't know if anyone needs to hear it.
Oh
but
no, we need to.
I
hear
want
it.
to perform it.
Yeah,
so.
just cameras and everything.
I'm dead.
Very creative mind. I always come up with ideas of like, my walkouts are very, people know me for my walkouts, people know me for my celebrations. I don't even know what drew me to Undertaker theme song, but I was just like, it's my first one, I am the underdog, but I'm that kind of scary underdog. Everyone has seen me do crazy, like flashy stuff, but not necessarily believe in it yet.
What I liked about that walkout actually was like, as you said, you were scary. People were scared of you, but then you flipped between being scary and then you were dancing and having fun with it, which I think is quite good.
It's just me enjoying myself. Do you know what I mean? It has nothing to do with the opponent ahead of me. I'm just having the most amount of fun. And it's already a stressful situation. It's already a stressful enough situation. Somebody in there is trying to take your head off, choke you out, break something, knock you out. I don't need to add any extra stress by worrying about those things. I work hard in my training, I know I do every single day. And this is the time I get to just let loose and just enjoy the efforts that I've put in. There's no stress. Even in the gym, it's difficult to, because your coach is screaming at you, telling you to get it right. And that's the one time I don't have to be perfect. I'm allowed to just be myself. If somebody new has come to an MMA show, you're watching, 16 to 20 fights, so many different fighters. What makes you stand out? Everyone trains roughly the same. You're hoping for a knockout or something that makes you stand out. And even then, not just a knockout, but the best knockout of that night. Because you can knock somebody out and then it'd be forgotten because the fight later on stood out more, was a bit more exciting, and there's something bigger happened. But what else can you kind of help somebody remember you specifically? It's like, oh, that guy that did this and he did that thing after and he did that thing before. It's those moments that I feel a lot of fighters kind of fail to utilize.
Is there anything you're thinking of doing in the future?
Yeah, keep it out because it's going to be something. I can't tell you exactly what yet.
Get you up on the DJ deck.
Yeah, I might. It's a rolling decks. I should give you a shout out at the end. Yeah, thanks for that. Elz The Witch for that one.
I'll be the MC. I'll be on the mic.
What, Tony Braxton, yeah?
Yes.
Say no more. I'll do a little remix version.
Right, you're competitive, aren't you?
Somewhat. I guess we have to be in our game, yeah.
It's true. So I think we should step into my world, because I'm a big gamer.
I thought you were going to say singer, like Karen.
Well, no, that's yet to be determined. We are going to head to Zombie Cafe and play some UFC 5.
Oh,
yeah?
okay.
Who do you think is going to win, though?
Well, if you beat me on camera, we're going to have a problem.
We'll see. After leaving Laziz, I wanted to find out how MVP was finding his transition into the UFC. Now at the top of the MMA mountain, how was he finding his new home within the pinnacle of the sport? I wanted to ask you, so obviously you've spent a lot of years working on your craft in the fight scene, but you've now crossed over to UFC. How does it feel to finally sort of be at that pinnacle?
It feels like it's always been destined for me. I just decided to kind of take my own path, like a lot of people. I reckon I definitely could have been in the UFC a lot earlier, but there were weird enough. There was a lot of benefits to not have gone there that early, including my negotiating power at this point because I've established myself. But either way, I was destined to be there. I think all stars were aligned for me to be there now, and I'm just happy to kind of be able to showcase my skills at the highest level possible. There's a lot of young, hungry, really talented fighters, but they don't have the same maturity to compose themselves in these big moments. I've done this so many times on a big scale with loads of thousands of people watching. And I'm comfortable here, and I think that is a key to be able to perform at that level and feel comfortable.
What would you say then is sort of the main difference between the UFC and other things you've done before?
So the main difference, I just class it as this. I think it's funny, my mum said this actually. UFC is kind of like the Harvard of this sport. She's right in that sense. It really is like the top of what our sport is, historically speaking, but also talent level as well.
We've arrived to Zombie Cafe. Oh. So now all the talking was done, it was time for MVP to step into my octagon as we went head to head on UFC 5 to find out who the real MVP was. Right, this is my world now.
Yeah.
I mean, I say that, I haven't actually played this before, so.
But are you good at fighting games?
Yes, but I'm a button masher,
Oh,
so we'll just see.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Oh, I hate this guy. I'm gonna be happy to kick this guy in the face.
Colby Covington.
Yeah. I find him fake. He just doesn't seem like a nice guy, and with all the stuff that came out last time about what fighters should and shouldn't be allowed to talk about with regards to people are like going deep now. They're talking about each other's wives and mums and dads, and like he was very much into it, and I just didn't like that. I come from a martial arts background, so it's very, that's not the way we do things. I think he's trying too hard to stay relevant. As much as we are, a tough sport, we want to show that we're true sportsmen.
So given the opportunity, you'd like to fight Colby?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Let me get competitive. I'm a really sore loser, just
Is
so
it?
you know. Yeah, if I lose, I'm gonna be upset.
I'll let you in.
Don't do that. It's even worse. So on your days off,
Yeah.
are you a big gamer? Are you into it much?
I go in and out of phases, man. Like, I think the last time I was like proper on it was, again, like COVID, when it was a war zone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, me and my boys would just call each other up, team battles, and just get busy online. Yeah, growing up is, definitely, I loved it. Again, a lot of the war games, Medal of Honor. If I go way back, GoldenEye.
I have GoldenEye in my living room because I bought my Nintendo 64.
I love that. GoldenEye was so sick, man.
Great game, and you could do the cheat with
the big head, the bubble heads,
gold,
on the gold gun.
Yeah,
one shot.
This isn't good. Right, give me a break.
No, you got rocked. I got attack. That's the best time to attack.
Does KSI train with you?
Yeah. Now, he's been training at the gym for a while now, and like everyone's got their views on YouTubers and this world of like now everyone getting into fighting. But my thing is, everybody's respected if you can do the work. My gym is known for being a really tough gym, so I respect anybody that can come to our gym and actually put in the work necessary. So, and he does that. He has to go through it. Nobody gets any special treatment. So, and I keep telling people that feeling of walking out into a crowd in a fight, finish an opponent in front of a crowd, is addictive. There's nothing else like it.
You know those dreams where you're trying to run?
Oh, you can't run fast enough. That's what I wanted. Headshot, bang.
I lasted to round 2 this time. We were practicing and I didn't even get to the end of round 1.
I can't help but mock.
Look at
It's just in my nature. This is not your game. But
no. As our day off was coming to an end, I thought this was my opportunity to delve a little deeper into the mind of MVP and find out what makes him tick and what his plans are for the future. It's been great. Well, I was going to say great, but I just lost 3 times on that game and I'm still upset about it. But I think we should talk about the future because we've got 304 in the summer. Is that something that you want to get involved in?
I feel fresh after my last fight, more than willing to go. I think there is definitely a want for me to be on that card. It's just who's ready. It seems that everyone's got hamstring issues and stuff all of a sudden, so we're just trying to get, it just seems like we're trying to get an opponent. Nobody seems to be ready.
And it will be Manchester, so how will that be, sort of being back in the UK? Obviously your first UFC fight was in Miami, so being back on UK soil, your first UFC fight, what do you think the atmosphere would be like for that?
I think it's going to be crazy, to be fair, because I think there was still a bit of that people were unsure about how I was going to do in the UFC. So, even the people that were supporting me, they were still unsure. And then after my first performance, everyone was just like, wow, like, yeah, they're going to be more excited to just enjoy what's going on. Those questions are being answered. Now I can sit back as a fan and just enjoy. I've already proved that I'm supposed to be at that level. Let me just enjoy the next show, which means I could just spend more time just making noise and just, you know what I mean? I think the atmosphere is going to be incredible.
And then we've also got 303 with Conor.
Yeah.
What are we feeling about that one?
I just want to see what Conor we have back. I'm hoping, you know, he shows Conor of old, and what we're used to seeing from Conor. But he's been out a long time. Where has his focus been? You know, how has that time off been spent? He's a person that he kind of has it all at the moment. Doesn't really need to kind of put the same effort into his training. I think it can change a person. When you get to that kind of level, you really are your own boss. I think I couldn't be my own boss and be at the level that I need to be. And if you are your own boss, you will just kind of, you know, it's easier to opt out. Okay. And just go back to just enjoying life, especially when life is good, and, you know, because he's doing so well. I'm just hoping that's not the case, and we see old school Conor.
Talk about his weight class, because he could be in yours, but he's a bit on the lighter side. Mm-hmm. Would that be a fight that at one point you would look to do at all?
I'm about the competition. I don't care enough to just get him just for the sake of scalping a name. I don't feel the need to prove myself that way. Mm-hmm. If he looks good and I'm like, yeah, that's good, that could be a good, tough fight, yeah, then I'm on it. Then, you know, I'm game. I want to challenge myself. If he doesn't look like it, there's going to be so many people that's going to want to fight him just to say that they beat him. But I'm not that type of fighter. I don't really care.
So I know your dad used to train you. Mm-hmm. How do you think that he would feel seeing what you've achieved now? Yeah,
he'd love it. He'd be absolutely over the moon. I think he was a good coach because he knew what he couldn't do. And I think that's important as a coach. What I mean by that is when I said to him, like, I'm looking to get into the mixed martial arts world, he was like, well, I can't help you anymore. You need to find someone that can take you the rest of the way. And he was just like, you know, full confidence in me. You know, he's like, but you need to find somebody to kind of take you to that point. He had one conversation with my coach and stayed out of his way. That was it. Like, he had a conversation. He's like, yep, you're with the right person. And he didn't bother us again. Which again, like I said, is a sign of a good coach. My mum used to compete as well. So I think it's just in the family, and, you know, everyone is massively proud. So, and he definitely would as well.
What is your ultimate achievement then within this sport?
I think the main goal is to inspire many in that, especially people, one, that come from areas like I came from, two, that came from the sport that I came from, you know, and I want to do it and get to the highest level, so I want to get that belt. After I've gotten the belt, I just want to show people that, look at the journey I've come from. I come from where you guys have come from, and the steps that I've taken to get to this location and this place, and inspire and saying it can be done. So for me, just seeing others following my footsteps and understanding there's a pathway from where, you know, from fighting in, you know, sports halls to fighting on a big stage, you know, in front of many people around the world.
Well, I look forward to hopefully seeing you at 304.
Yes.
And we'll have to go for karaoke afterwards.
Oh, I'm telling you, I'm down. I'm telling you, do not make
you
sure.
You remind me.
I'll remind you. I'll remind you. I've got the Tony Braxton record ready. Just ready.
So there we have it. That was Michael Venom Page's day off. I've been Elz, and I will see you in the next one.